Hey Donna, thanks for the feedback and the videos. I mean, obviously, I know the videos were on Friday. Um, Look, I didn't kind of get a chance, but I also don't like sending you stuff on Friday evening. You're going to play Saturday morning. You don't want to overdo things the day before you get into the golf course. The golf course, you must just kind of, if you do going to, or you are going to practice on a Friday evening, just go with feel and rhythm and balance, stuff like that. Simple stuff, okay? Not too in your head the day before you're going to play. Okay. Anyway, I'm happy with a lot of stuff there. What I want to sort of plant the seed, because that's where we're going, and it's also why it's so important to be level over the golf ball in the backswing, is we are going to be sort of going to a point where we plant that foot earlier, okay, so we don't have time to make this move. You had to make that move because of this big move. Now you're going to go first towards the ball. So that little arm pull move you kind of had to make and then try and match it with the footwork and rotation. So obviously it's just too much going on. But now we're at a point where, okay, cool, we're starting to figure things out here and we can start going, okay, cool, now we worked on the setup, worked on the backswing, a little bit of transition work, a little bit of impact work, and so we go. We just piece it together slowly. So really exciting stuff. And then I also just want you to know, like, it's good to look at that left arm through impact and in the release, okay? But it's more of a byproduct. It must happen naturally. Okay, we are going to do sort of little drills regarding that this week, and I think that'll help create some feels on the golf course of when you sort of release it later and you really extend and hit through the golf ball, and then when you're a little bit sort of tentative and weak with it, as in weak in terms of the strike and the shot, right? So that is good, but don't work on it deliberately. It must arrive because of good leg work, okay, and lag, which is wrist angle, which is energy, okay, and then releasing it. So if you snap it, then the arms must extend as they're taking energy. Okay, so look at it, check it on camera and stuff like that, sure, but it's more of a byproduct. Okay, you could feasibly keep your arm perfectly straight, but still release the club way too early and still hit horrible shots. Okay, so don't worry too much about that. It's more about getting into the strike position. Okay, anyway, right, so we're going to touch a little bit on short game. Please send me videos if you can. Okay, touch a little bit short game. I have a feeling that the chipping is a little bit handsy, and also that the club is not reacting nicely with the ground. I have a feeling. All right. So what I want you to do with your chipping, okay, is maybe put the towel on your arm or anything like that. Just try and make sure you're engaging the shoulders, okay? But really feel and take some videos and let's feel how flat that club is lying. Okay, so make sure that when you're on the mat, fiddle with the lie angle until it's correct. Okay, stand over, all right, and then use the shoulders, okay, and then just brush. Okay, we're just sliding the club under the ball. There's no lifting, there's no punching or trapping. Okay, let's just get in the way. Okay, so get the lie angle and stuff correct. Very, very still, nothing lateral. Very, very still. Okay, for now, okay, put the ball position on your right toe. So quite a narrow stance, put the ball position there. I'll explain why later. Okay, so just put the ball position there and then just a little shoulder turn. Stay very, very still. Shoulder turn, shoulder turn, shoulder turn, shoulder turn. Okay, so just hit a few of those to warm up. Okay, then we're getting into pitching. Okay, so now we're going to go a little bit wider, ball in the middle. Okay, what I want you to focus on with pitching, okay, is making an L shape. Okay, so we're going to turn into the backswing, very still, obviously, no movement. Okay, we're going to turn and make an L shape here with the left arm and the club head. Okay, and then very important, we're going to turn off the right leg, chest facing the target, and we're going to sort of re-engage our L shape, right? So over the ball, very still, L shape, L shape. Okay, but off the right leg, chest facing the target. Okay, now, if you don't want to do it with sort of a lob wedge or whatever in the basin because it might go above the net, I totally understand that. Okay, so if you have to do it with a pitching wedge or a 9-9, that's fine as long as you're learning the technique. Okay, so very, very still, narrow stance, ball in the middle. L shape, and then turn L shape and hold it there. Okay, hold it there for a couple of seconds. Okay, so I want you to do sort of 10 of those. Right, and this ties in, obviously, we want the pitching to be better. Okay, with some adjustments and stuff, this can also be your bunker technique, so that's good. Okay, but it's dialing into what we want to do with the swing. You can obviously see the extension there, and you can see the more exaggerated body and footwork. Okay, so L to L for the pitching. Okay, at least 10 of those. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 variations of this release point drill. I love where this thing's going with this release point drill. Okay, keep the T's for center striking, and we're going to do 2 variations. So variation number 1 is that same sort of position, right? So full swings now with your irons. You can do this with 3-wood release point drill. Okay, also I'm going to move my feet. Okay. Release point drill through. Okay, but then really extend the arm. Okay, so release point drill, and then hold that follow through. Really extend the arms deliberately down target line. Oh, sorry, release point drill. Release point drill, and then really extend and hold it again. Okay, and then the second part of the drill, so maybe do 3 or 4 of those. Second part of the drill, still release point drill, but this time we want to fully release our body and shoulders. So that's fully releasing the arms and the club. And then now we want to fully release the legs, hips, shoulders. Okay, so we're going to go and go release point drill, and then we're going to really unwind. And I don't want this club down here. I want this club over the shoulder, completely off that right foot. If you slightly over rotated, don't worry about it. If you lose your balance at first, don't worry about it. Okay, so it's kind of like a Rory McIlroy follow through, isn't it? Really full, complete follow through. Okay, so first 3 or 4 release points with extension follow through, and then the second round is release point with a McIlroy follow through. Okay. Okay, and obviously you got your chipping, and then you've got your pitching, L to L. Okay, so lots of work for the week. All right, please send me some videos. Let me know how it's going. Yeah, just keep it up. I'm really impressed with these body and club positions that we're finding, so I'm happy.